Alright guys, what's going on? This is your boy like one half Endure. So for this video it's gonna be a unique video. I have not watched it except for like 10 seconds of it, and I think this is a good video to act upon because this is just I just want to see how people think. Now, first of all, Mr. Fascinating is the name of the channel. I ain't got nothing against you. None at all. We're cool. And you're talking about games in a way. So games in a specific type of way. And I'm always cool to listening to cool stuff. Alright? So that's cool. No problem with that. The problem I got is your title. I don't think this is a rage baity kind of thing. Really, I don't think it's a rage bait or clickbait or whatever. I don't really thing. But I can understand some people. Everybody have different opinions, and I understand that. And my point is always, you're not gonna agree with me 100%, and I get that too. So I want to talk about this, but I want to see how he explained. He said how Nintendo allows Sonic to rival Mario Kart. I don't think I gotta hear your reasoning because I don't. You might be talking about a specific type of reason because in general, I don't think so. But again, I am open to listening to all kind of things, so I'll go with that. So let's see.
To a game that sold over 75 million copies, had all it took to dominate the kart racing genre for years. But in 2025, something strange happened. Instead of destroying the competition, Nintendo's brand new game left an opening. And in that tiny crack, Sonic, the underdog whose racing games were always overshadowed, found his chance. Sonic Racing Cross.
We gonna use YouTube algorithms to what? And please don't try use you. We off to a bad start, Mr. Fascinating. You have to take in something. One, Sonic Crossworlds. Let me check to see. Let me double check something. Because I think I'm correct, but I just want to know. I just want to know. I hate to think I got nothing against Sonic Crossroads. Okay, I'm not gonna be a negative Nancy and all that stuff. Okay, so let me get this straight. Mario Kart World on one console, Nintendo Switch 2. Sonic Crossworlds, Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox One Series, Xbox One S, Microsoft, and Windows, and Steam. Again, average play would be more on the other side, so that makes sense. Okay, let's keep it going.
Worlds is thriving. The open beta exploded across Steam charts. Influencers and journalists claim they enjoyed it more than Mario Kart World. Crossover character
Good, that's their opinion, and I'm not against that. I can't argue opinions.
Announcements are going viral across.
Okay, maybe it is. I don't know. Hasune Miko crossword whoopee. Okay, again. I don't know. It might be going viral. I don't know.
The internet
and that's like I said. I'm not against it because like I said, the last Sonic racing game I liked was Sonic Transform. And I might pick, and the one after that was bad. I didn't like that one. This one might be good. Again, hopefully this is good because again, Sonic Team, y'all need Sonic Sega. What the whole up down. Sorry, up. You got a good game, then you get a mediocre game. You get a good game, then you get a mediocre game. I get a good game, then a mediocre game. That does get annoying to some degree. But anyway, let's see.
Fans who skipped the Switch 2 felt vindicated. How is that possible? Sega has
fans that wait, what did you just say?
Been saying for influencers and journalists claim they enjoyed it more than Mario Kart World. Crossover character announcements are going viral across the internet. And fans who skipped the Switch 2 felt vindicated. How is that possible?
Fans that skipped the Switch 2 feel vindicated of what? That you have a card game on your Steam what? Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. Gamers.
Sega has been saying for years they want Sonic to compete and catch up with Mario in games and movies. How could, not a big new 3D title or blockbuster movie,
And I respect, they're there with the movies. I give Sega that. They're there with the movies. Sonic movies is pretty damn good. I'm not going to deny that at all. Mario movie was good, but Sonic movie was pretty damn good too.
but a racing game suddenly be the one to stand toe-to-toe with Mario? That's not just a video game fan debate. It's a major business case study. I'm Mr. Fascinating, and this is
No,
the
it's
story
not.
of how Nintendo accidentally
No, it's
allowed
not.
Sonic Crossworlds to succeed. To understand why fans were so afraid
Did he just say succeed? Okay, again, I want to help people. I'll let people understand that. Let me see. The game came. Let me see. Crossworlds came out when? Planned for a later date. Blah 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 blah. Okay, September 25. So that's okay. Hold on. Hold the hell up. Wait a minute. I might. Let me understand this. Am I wrong with this? When did it release? Sonic Crossword is to release September 25th. Wait, the game ain't even out. It succeeded. What in the world? Oh boy. Okay. Again, I have nothing against the guy, but that don't make no logical sense to me. It succeeded even though it's not been released. Let me check something again. That is uniquely weird. Yeah, I'm double checking to make sure. PlayStation 5 pre-order PlayStation. How can it? How? Oh my God, the game ain't even released, and this, bruh, your stuff is not making sense.
would be a flop. You have to rewind to 2019. Sega released Team Sonic Racing, and fans hoped it would compete well with the upcoming Crash Team Racing Nitro-fueled. But it never stood a chance. The timing was
Nope.
brutal. Crash launched just weeks later, pulling the spotlight away instantly. And unlike the incredibly polished Crash remake, Team Sonic Racing looked like a budget side project. The game wasn't awful, but it lacked confidence.
Yeah.
Sega stripped away the crossover cast from All-Stars Racing Transformed and removed
The cast wasn't the problem. It's the way the game played to me. Transform was really good, and I like the way it was set up. I played them on Wii U, and I enjoyed them on Wii U.
various mechanics. Team Sonic Racing was dead on arrival, and years passed without a new Sonic Racing game. Fans didn't believe Sega could ever climb back. But then Nintendo made one mistake. Mario Kart World should have been untouchable. On paper, it had everything: new hardware, decades of brand dominance, and the kind of polish only Nintendo can deliver. It was the follow-up to one of the best-selling games of all time, after all. But Nintendo made a risky creative decision. They shifted the series toward an open-world structure, with exploration and intermission paths between races. For some players, it was exciting. For others, it broke the very thing that made Mario Kart legendary: pure, unfiltered momentum. Critics were receptive. An 86 on Metacritic is nothing to scoff at, but the user score told a different story, a lukewarm 7.0. That's where the truth surfaced. Beneath the glossy review,
Are you thinking I'm gonna take user scores when I read those comments and those things are the most horrible things? I've done multiple videos about people saying it's a trashy game, blah blah blah, but still give it a 9 because it just wanted to be spiteful. No, I don't do that, sir. I don't do that. Sorry, you done lost me with that right there.
players were quietly frustrated. The pace
me,
felt off.
but
The flow
everybody's
state
different.
of racing got interrupted by intermission tracks that weren't as fun. Nintendo expected fans to celebrate innovation. They even forced intermission tracks on online multiplayer. But instead, many fans felt like they'd lost the game they loved. Like the sequel they awaited for over 10 years was not at all what they wanted. And here's the irony. In trying to expand Mario Kart into something bigger, Nintendo accidentally created a vacuum. Suddenly, there was space for a game that gave players what Mario Kart didn't. That's exactly where Sonic Crossworld's free open beta
Which is what?
came in. Crossworlds was being marketed for a few months, but the open beta would be the ultimate turning point. In an act of insane courage, Sega decided to let players test the game for free on all platforms. It was a gamble.
Every company has done that, but whatever. Okay.
If the game disappointed, word of mouth could have killed it before launch. There would be no chance for the game to succeed. Yet somehow, the development team was hugely confident. You can feel this confidence in the words of series producer Takashi Iizuka. Of course, we don't know the roadmap of Mario Kart titles. However, typically when Nintendo releases new hardware, it's pretty common that they also release a new karting title. So the dev team was somewhat expecting a new Mario Kart to be released soon. Whether or not Mario Kart was going to be released, our goal was to develop the best kind of Sonic racing title. That hasn't changed. Mario Kart World won't have any influence. They released the open beta, and it didn't disappoint at all. The opposite happened. It blew everyone's minds. Player counts skyrocketed, streams flooded Twitch, and the sentiment flipped. Big influencers admitted they were having more fun with Sonic than Mario. Media outlets published headlines daring to suggest that Sonic...
Who's the media outlet? Sonic Crossworlds filing the Mario Kart shaped hole in my life that world wasn't, and I am shocked. But to me, I look at that, it looked like the Zelda effect. When people say, "Oh, this game is good," and then when the new game comes out, it sucks and it's blah blah blah. They always do it, but whatever. Again, you don't have to enjoy Mario Kart World. It's if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea, because there's no perfect games out there. So I get that, but something telling me this is blowing smoke up somebody's ass.
Racing might actually feel better than Mario Kart World, and that the game validated not buying a Switch 2. The Switch 2 was already controversial on launch.
Really? Really?
And now fans who didn't buy it suddenly pointed to Crossworlds as their refuge. You have to remember how huge the Mario Kart franchise is. Mario Kart 8 sold over 75 million copies. A sequel to such a juggernaut, with Nintendo's trademark massive level of raw quality, should have left no space at all for any competition to survive. But Sega didn't outdevelop Nintendo. They didn't outpolish them. They simply outcommitted. Let me explain. Crossworlds wasn't trying to be Mario Kart's equal. It was trying to be its opposite, and fans noticed. The problem with Mario Kart World is that the game didn't fully please any kind of player. Mario Kart World didn't go all in on either being an open-world revolution, nor a pure arcade title like the fans were used to. The game's exploration lacked a substantial progression system to keep players hooked, and intermission tracks quickly annoyed online players. This left a massive kart racing loving audience, feeling hungry for a new pure arcade experience, which they were craving for years, and that's exactly what Crossworlds is. Crossworlds committed fully to arcade chaos. The game is packed with tight tracks, constant action, and gameplay that rewards expression not through exploration, but through tactile mastery. Sega, by going all in on Crossworlds being a pure chaotic arcade game, accidentally positioned Sonic as the absolute savior for players who felt betrayed by Mario Kart World's new direction. This is a core business lesson. If you leave your audience's demands unattended, someone else will quickly supply them. Sega also made the smartest move possible at the perfect time. Crossplay. Crossworlds doesn't lock players into one ecosystem. PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch players. They can all race together. Meanwhile, Mario Kart World tied itself to the Switch 2, a console many fans didn't even want. This was a major deal. Instead of buying expensive...
Okay, now you just lied right there. Console that anybody want. As the other video, the video I showed last week says, this is what they wanted, and then when they got it and the price is up, they don't want it no more. So fuck off with that bullshit. 2, how is you? I'll put a. You know what? I leave the one deciding fact to the end of the video, because I know if you been following my channel, guys, and you know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say.
New hardware for a game they weren't sure about, players could jump into Sonic's Racer instantly and with friends. The free beta turned into a movement. people weren't just playing, they were spreading the game to all of their social circles. And once a community feels bigger than the game itself, it snowballs.
Please.
Sonic Racing Crossworlds transformed from that Sonic racer nobody asked for into the racing game everyone's talking about. Even Takashi Iizuka admitted to the importance of crossplay. He says, "I think crossplay is one of the key features. Being able to play with users worldwide on all platforms is one of the key things we've put a lot of effort into." He also mentions the game's greater depth than most other kart races. Another differentiating factor to Mario Kart, Iizuka says, is the gadget system. This adds depth to the racing, and is something other kart racers aren't doing. The most shocking part? The game still isn't even fully released. If the full launch delivers even half of what the beta promised, this could become the most successful Sonic spin-off in decades. Maybe the most successful Sonic spin-off of all time. Think about it. There are even insane crossover characters like
I have no problem against that. I am not taking this game I don't want this game to fail. I want it to do good. So people don't twist it and think that I am like, oh, I'm a Nintendo fan. I don't want to. No, I want Sonic Crossword to be successful and makes money. Just like I like Transform, and Transform was good. I want that to make money too. So, like I said, I'm not against it at all.
Miku, Joker from Persona, Steve, SpongeBob, and Pac-Man to keep the game alive. And in mid-September, Sega will strike again, releasing a new free single-player demo to keep interest high. And Sonic, more than any other gaming icon, is the underdog. He's the rebel who was born to dethrone Mario in the 90s, who tasted glory, then collapsed into decades of inconsistency and ridicule. Fans lived through that pain. So when Sonic actually succeeds at something, especially against Mario, it doesn't just feel like a win for Sega. It feels like a personal victory for everyone who still believes. That's why the hype around Crossworlds feels so electric. Fans aren't just excited about a fun kart racer. They're emotionally invested in watching Sonic finally stand tall. And that emotional payoff is something Nintendo can't replicate. Mario has always been the safe choice, the guaranteed champion. Sonic, on the other hand, makes you feel like you're fighting for something every time he wins. That's why fans are celebrating Crossworlds louder than Mario Kart World, because deep down, it feels like justice. No matter what happened, Sega kept on believing there was still room for Sonic to matter. And for once, the world agreed. This isn't just about kart racing video games. It's about what happens when giants stumble. Nintendo left an opening, and Sega, against all odds, actually took it. This success strengthens Sonic's already fast rise in popularity since the start of the 2020s. What started all the way with the first Sonic movie is being continued by Crossworld's explosion. And if this snowball keeps growing larger and larger, Nintendo will have to face a truth they've avoided for years. Mario might not be invincible after all. And if you want to understand more deeply how Crossworlds avoids all of the mistakes of Team Sonic Racing, click this video before it disappears from your screen.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. Pause. Okay, pause and done. All right, let me help you out there, my friend, young friend, Mr. Fascinating, because you're blowing smoke up a lot of people's butt. But again, so let me put it out again. I want the game to succeed. I don't want the game to fail. I'm not against rivals of other games coming to this Nintendo platform or anything. I don't care about that. More options mean a better, vibrant gaming industry. So I'm not against that. I'm happy for that. And hell, Sonic Crossroads is a game I'm looking forward to see. I'll not play the beta. I'll be honest with anybody. I'll not play the beta, whatever. I'll play I'll buy the game and play it if I feel it's what it is. Transform was a good game. The team racing one was crappy. It was just bleh, and I just like nah, and I didn't buy it. But if Crossword looks good and is playing good, great. I can't wait to see what happens with that. And I wish it the best. One problem though. You know, this, like I said, he's blowing smoke on your bar. How much, even though it's on one platform, wink, wink, nod, nod, you know what I'm going to say now. How much you want to bet Mario World going to surpass Sonic Racing? How much you want to bet in sales it's going to dominate? Again, not saying Sonic Crossworld might not be a good game or might be a good game, I don't know yet, but when it comes out, it may be a good game. Good. And again, I want more games like this. I'm not against it. Heck, I want me a Diddy Kong Racing remake. That'll be, shoot, I'll play that more than I'll play Mario Kart World. Now I only play I play Mario Kart World Cup. It is fun and too. I also love the music choices. It's basic. I'll do a video about this in the future. But Mario Kart World is basically like a Mario World jukebox that I love. Cause the music is so good. Anyway, so if you're a Sonic fan and you wanted to beat Mario and all that stuff, go ahead and wish you your best. But where it's going to make, and again, if Nintendo does what Mario Kart 8 did and give more stuff later on, yeah, and I could see that in the game because some of the intermediate tracks are not race tracks, and they could turn them into tracks. I've seen it, and that's what I'm saying. You don't know what they're gonna open up and let go, and show to the world to include tracks. There are hidden tracks inside of Mario Kart World already. So yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think again, Mr. Fascinating, you're blowing smoke up people's butt. Good for you. Again, the only thing Nintendo really cares about is like Mr. Krabs and that people have is money. And it's gonna sell. So I want to say it's gonna sell. And I hope my Sonic Crossword sell too. I don't want it to flop. I want it to be a good game that sells so they know what to do in the future. That's all I can ask for. And it's kind of funny in the video, you said Nintendo does the innovation, try something and try to put a little something new because people say it was boring. And now they did it. Now y'all say it's not good. See, that's why I always say, stop trying to please everybody. Because they don't even know what the hell they want. And the way gamers are nowadays, please. These sons of bitches don't know they're left butt cheek from the right. So I wouldn't care. But okay, we'll see what happens. Let's see about around this time next year. Let's see which one has the most sales. Just saying. And we go from that. And it's because Sonic Crossword has the better shot. You are on multiple platforms. You are on multiple platforms, so you have the best shot to prove people wrong. Let's see. With that said, I'll leave it at that. Remember, there's no perfect games out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy games on all consoles, including PC.